You're listening to the Ottawa Real Estate Podcast, brought to you by Referral Mortgages and Blue Panda Realty, with your hosts, Paul Stevenson, David Warren, and Greg Campbell. Let's see what's going on in the world of real estate in our nation's capital.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. It's the end of the show. No.
See you next week.
Yeah. My name is Paul Stevenson. I am here with Greg Campbell and David Warren. I am one of the owners of Referral Mortgages and also a mortgage agent. David Warren is my business partner at Referral Mortgages. He is also a mortgage agent. And Gregory Campbell is a partner, Blue Panda. He's a realtor, sales representative, expert.
Whatever you want to call me.
Musician, producer,
magician.
I'm just magician, wizard. I'll take it all. I'll take all of it.
How is it going, gentlemen? How is it going? Another beautiful day here in Ottawa.
Yeah, a really beautiful day. Before it's probably not as beautiful. Wow, it's fall. Fall's always beautiful. Just not as warm. It's very warm.
Apple picking season.
It is
picking season. A little cider.
I was out for my friend's 50th birthday last night. It's crazy. 50, and we were in the Byward Market, Ottawa's Byward Market. We were walking around there for the first time in I don't know, many years. It's very interesting. Had a good time. Saw some local
walking
DJs.
around, just
walking, having drinks, had some food, went to the keg. It was okay. Yeah, saw my buddy John Deck. He was DJing at the Senate, playing some classic hip hop. So it was great.
Jay Dizzle. So what's the current state? Like, you able to dance around with masks? No masks? What's the, as long as you got a drink in your hand?
Dancing around. It's like you're sitting and there's little dividers up everywhere, and you know that's about it.
People are just sitting on risers, moving.
Yeah, yeah. There's no dancing per se.
Yeah.
But, also, the Senate's not exactly a dancing.
Not a dancing place.
Yeah,
but it was cool. We were there. We were at Apothecary 613, that new spot. We checked it out on Murray. Nice. Where else did we go? Social. We went into Social for a minute. Hadn't been there for years. And where else did we go? Atari.
A little bar hop.
I was like, Atari was still there. I was like, I remember when that opened.
Yeah, Atari Rooftop is solid. It's always a good spot.
It is. That's where we were hanging out. The Atari Rooftop. Yeah, with Yvette the bartender. She was great. Yeah. Great. So, I mean, other than that, weather, we got a good day today. Blue Panda Realty is going on a Brew Donkey tour. You ever heard of
that? That's awesome.
Donkey?
Oh, yes. Okay. I thought there was actually donkeys involved, but then I put it togetter. That's great.
That'd be amazing. No, we
ride a donkey around.
I thought it was like, bicycle wine tour. It's like, it's the Brew Donkey.
We're going to
riding donkeys. Really work well.
No, we're doing Kitchissippi Brewery and what's it called? North of 7, a distillery. So, anyways, we're it should be kind of cool. Taking whoever in the brokerage wanted to go. I think there's about 25 of us going, jumping on a bus, going to go check out some spots, have some drinks on this beautiful, beautiful day. It's supposed to be like 30 degrees here today in Ottawa.
Yeah. Yeah. This weekend's going to be gorgeous.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
That's great. Nice.
How's your week been in real estate, Greg? Any exciting, exciting stories?
Listings? Exciting now. I finally got all these new listings coming up. I got one launching today, 93 Adeline, just off of Preston, right around the corner from the new Avenue North brokerage.
Yeah.
Eli Scaff's new brokerage right at the corner there. It looks like a beautiful building. Congratulations, Eli.
Yeah, great job. They've been building that for a while. Looks really nice.
Yeah. It does look nice. It's a nice little add-on to the neighborhood for sure. So I got that coming today, and then
I was going to say, I went and actually looked at that building when it was for sale, and it was decrepit. So I know the extent of how much Eli's had to do for renovations to get it to the point where he is now. Definitely a heavy investment, but it's nice to me being right off Preston. It's nice to see a decrepit building turning into something nice. The streets making it. There's definitely a big change along Preston this past year and moving forward, which is great.
It's funny having come back. Like when I was out west, I kind of drove. I was a little early. I flew out of Calgary, so I went and drove around downtown Calgary just to kind of never been in the city. So went to the Saddle Dome, did all the basic tourist stuff. But coming back to Ottawa, it's amazing how like it kind of refreshed my memory on how well we know the city. You know what I mean? Like you go to another city and you're like, wow, I know absolutely nothing about this. And then you come back to Ottawa and you're like, wow, I know what's going on in every pocket, every street. I know what's being developed, what isn't. It kind of reaffirmed my knowledge in the Ottawa market. But speaking of that, I was just thinking of Preston because, 10 years ago, Preston had a totally different look and feel to it. They got Dave, you mentioned that the distillery district that they're planning on putting in. Dow's Lakes obviously had a huge development. They got the Icon going in. Like there's just so much happening in that kind of core. And it's great to see.
So for all those people looking for an investment property, go get Greg's Adeline property because Preston is there's going to be huge jumps in values, especially as the new Civic Hospital starts underway. They're going to start building their start on the parking garage this year. So it's going to be good value in any property around.
Yeah. So what are they doing? Yeah. Are they keeping, with regards to that development, are they keeping the old campus? Like, is this just going to kind of be for research or development or what's
so it's a brand new Civic, brand new hospital. It'll be the state of the art. I think it's about a $2 billion build. It'll be bringing 5,000 employees. So it's going to be at the corner of Preston and kind of in that V of Preston, Carling, Prince of Wales. So they're starting on the parking garage over the next year or next 2 years, and then they'll be getting into the development of the actual hospital. But it will be replacing the new Civic, the old Civic rather. That Civic will be repurposed, but they'll be moving all of the Civic over for Ottawa U medical, like for the medical students. They'll be moving over there to that new campus as well. So they won't be at the General anymore. And then eventually there's a phase for the Heart Institute to move over there as well. So it's a massive. Okay. I forget how many acres it is that the campus is going to fill, but it's certainly worthwhile for people to check out. But that's why there's also a lot of development along Preston. I think there's about 15 condos slated for development right now. I can look out my window right now, and I know of 4 being built right now, like underway, and you'll probably hear some dynamite going off, possibly during this recording nearby. But yeah, for anyone, plug for Greg's listing coming up, but anyone looking for a property, whether investment or owner occupied, certainly a great area from an equity build standpoint over the next 1 to 5 years.
I did speak with the neighbor yesterday too, and he said that he would sell as well if I could find a buyer for both lots. So they're 25 by 100 each. So you get 50 by 100. You could easily put a couple nice semis in there, although it would be ideal just to buy the street would be better. But,
just buy the street.
I think that's going to happen.
So is that the development of the hospital? Is that they're taking over some of the experimental farm space then? Or is that
up to that? Yeah. So they're like before that, like not building into the experimental farm, but did you guys hear that? The dynamite just went off.
That's hilarious.
It's going up from that corner. There's kind of a V at Preston, Carling, and Prince of Wales, and it's kind of going out from there. So there's already a surface parking lot there, and then there's kind of rolling hills, kind of at the Sherwood, Carling lights, and so that area there is going to be developed and then going up. So there used to actually be 3 government buildings that were torn down about 7 years ago. So where those were, that's where it'll all be. That was the plan. So they've been doing they've spent the better part of the last 5 to 8 years researching where to build. They were looking at Tunney's Pasture and everything like that. And they settled on.
Everyone looks at Tunney's. Everyone overlooks Tunney's. Yeah. So much opportunity there.
But yeah, so they settled on this. I know, family friends on the board there. So I know they've been undergoing for the Ottawa Hospital. So I know they've been undergoing like research on it for, over 5 and 8 years. And so this is kind of finally coming to fruition of doing it and getting started on it, and all the funding's there. I think they're going to start public round of fundraising, or private round of fundraising rather. I think there's 300 million or 400 million that they're going to try generating from the public for, through charity and whatnot to help roll out. But it'll be a great addition to Ottawa and bring in a lot of jobs that weren't there. It'll be a huge campus. And so
Dave's fingers must get sore, eh? Oh, his finger's always on the pulse. Must be sore.
Yeah, I was going to say, Dave, that was a lot of great information. I had no idea about this project.
I'm interested to see what they do with the Civic. It's always reminded me of that Leonardo DiCaprio movie. What's the Shutter Island? That's the builder. Yeah. See what they do with that.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Turn it into condos, bro.
Yeah. Now, Greg, you said you did have a couple listings that you wanted to kind of discuss. Stephen, do we have those available? Because it's always like getting into the homes themselves. I know there's a couple, Greg.
Yeah.
Meet kind of 3D tours and.
Well, so that all the viewers and listeners know, we're now going to be doing a listing segment. So this is kind of like the proof of concept, as Stephen Hopkins would say. And this is our little launch. So we're going to talk about a couple listings from our brokerage, Blue Panda Realty. And I think the one he's got up right now is, oh goodness, Gregory, where's the address here in front of me?
234 Rideau Street.
234 Rideau, unit 2506. Now this is Penthouse 1, presented by Nicholas Crouch, good friend of mine. Now it's listed at 530. It's 539. It's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. So I think it's just over 700 square foot unit with a 350 square foot terrace.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So, I mean, and you're right on Rideau Street with
I've been in that building.
Like that.
Location.
I mean, the location is unreal, and you've got parking. The parking's on P1, and if anyone knows that building, the parking goes all the way down. There's like 100 floors. Not quite, but you know what I mean? So the parking's super accessible. You got storage. It's in great shape. But I mean, the terrace is the,
very wide TV.
The big ticket item on that. Like I had another one on Let Street that I just rented out. It's got the same size terrace. And I mean, people buy it just for the terrace.
That's a unique.
So this is I
like that.
And it's funny though. You sit here, we sit here and we talk about this 539,000 for a 700 square foot, 1-bedroom, 1-bath condo with a 300 square foot terrace in downtown Ottawa. And yet some people will think that might be highly priced. You've also got condo fees are only $430, and that includes heat and water. So, I mean,
that's very good.
It's a very well priced. I think it's great. Perfect for, professional, young professional, or just, some dude being like, I just want to live in the city. I just want to live in the city and take.
And Rito's finally done. Rito's finally done that construction. There is those new buildings going in where the metro was. So it's undergone a big revitalization over the last
big
years.
Time.
Finally, since that, with Rito being done, it's nice. It's actually great walking down there now, and the pedestrian kind of walk they have from the Rito Center over to the market and whatnot.
Oh wow!
Yeah, see, look at that.
Is that the terrace?
Yeah.
Oh wow!
That's yours. Crazy, right?
That's amazing.
I know that's the feature. I mean, in the winter, you just it's snow, but hey,
which way is that facing? Is that southwest?
You are facing. Oh my goodness!
Because there's the other building right beside it. Sorry to put you on the spot there.
It's facing one direction. It's facing some direction.
Let's
facing
look at
outside.
In Nick's remarks, he says you'll enjoy sweeping north, west, and south views of the city.
Shit.
So this one's got it all. I mean, if I was young and could do it all over again, I'd be living in 234 Rideau, unit 2506.
That's awesome.
And then you got another one though, kind of a freehold.
Yeah, we got another one. Let's bring that one up. That's Irina Popova's list. Irina was a guest on our show. For anyone that missed that, you could go back and check it out. We had a really good chat with Irina that day. And this is it's her listing, 71 Lindale. Now, from what I understand, this was a pretty extensive renovation. top to bottom.
Oh, wow.
Now it's a 3-bedroom. It's right at the corner of Lyndale and Forward, 1 block from Parkdale. So, I mean, the access to everything is unreal. Like you're right there. It's a 3-bedroom, 1 bath. There's no basement. But I mean, location and everything, great finishes, great video too.
Yeah.
Great video too. Look at that. Just makes you want to just settle in. Just settle in. Hey, Paul.
That's a great kitchen for entertaining.
Have your coffee there in the morning.
Yeah.
With your
nice
mug and yeah.
How close is that to the BP office? Like off Parkdale? It's got to be
it's pretty close. It's pretty close. Yeah. Yeah. It's not too far.
Amazing. What's this one listed at?
That one is listed at $779. They actually just did a reduction on that one. Yeah, it's well priced right now, and there's no they're not holding offers or anything. So you can just go in and jump on that.
It's yours.
You can call me, you can book a showing.
As we're watching this video and something that you just mentioned there about not holding offers, what are you seeing right now? Greg, has anything changed this week with back to school? Are people, have you seen activity pick up in the marketplace?
It seems to be, like I had 2 new buyer calls this week. So that was, just kind of out of nowhere, like, hey, yeah, like one was brand new. One was actually an avid tow rep viewer. I didn't tell you guys about that yet. Got a call. And so that was great. I think we're going to be working together. And the other one was just an old past client, or referral through a past client, and they're starting to look. The guys that I've been looking with, but at the same time, the people that I have been looking with, there hasn't been too much that's come out lately. And like, I have this one coming up in Orleans, and I wasn't sure where we were going to sit when we hit the market, but now I'm confident that we might do very well because there's not as much out there from what I'm seeing where I'm looking anyways.
Yeah.
Just so it's clear to the listeners, I'm not scanning the entire city day to day, every minute, so that I know what's going on in exactly every neighborhood. But, I think we're going to have a pretty decent fall for sure.
I've seen a massive. I've seen a decent influx of people looking to get pre-approved again. So I think, as we kind of alluded to last week, I think as the dust kind of settles on summer activities and cottages and camping and everything else, people are starting to think now of next steps in life. And, people are considering getting back into the market or starting in the market. So we've definitely seen an uptick in the last, I'd say, 7 days, just of people asking more questions and getting referrals from agents and existing clients of people that are looking to have those discussions, at least, which is the starting point.
Yeah, it's been I find this week, the purchase agreements that I had come in from clients was a really about a 50-50 mix of unconditional and ones with conditions. I thought it was an interesting bag between the two and all different parts of the city. But even just that, those ones coming in unconditional. I mean, 2 weeks ago, everything was coming in with conditions.
Right.
So it's interesting, and I don't know whether that's, whether they are just unique properties and just had in an area where there wasn't much on the market that was driving the, kind of those unconditionals. But yeah, it's certainly something that'll be interesting over the next few weeks, how that picks up. But, yeah, I mean, kind of as you alluded to, Paul, of people coming back from school or getting back to school, that they're off, coming back from vacation and focusing on that. And I think there's also going to be there is also a number of developments that are starting now, whether it be large scale or small scale in the city, trying to break ground before winter to kind of get foundation in and get started. Which,
yeah, Dave, you had said before we came on, I know we got big election Monday. So actually, when this episode comes out, the election will be done. So we'll know where things stand. But we've been talking a lot over the last couple of weeks about homes needing to be built and supply issues and things like that. And I know you ran into an issue this week where people were paying kind of extreme amounts just to start the project? Maybe you want to touch on that quickly.
Yeah, just it's funny. I ranted to my clients as well. They're avid listeners too. But yeah, they're starting a fourplex project development, and the permits and development fees on that alone are $81,000 just for a fourplex. For 4 units, 4 2-bedroom units. It's $81,000 in just development and permit fees. That's just the municipality. And goes to show you when, you're looking at the cost of a home or looking at a cost of a new build or at a rental, also look at what the municipality is charging. I mean, that alone just shows you that's $20,000 a unit that it's costing just on, that's not getting into materials. That's not getting into, for architectural.
Not even breaking ground, just literally getting it started.
Architecturals, you're in the 70 to 100,000 range. You're, dealing with all that, all the soft costs. So, when people talk about, trying to get into affordable housing and all of that, that's also, there's also the side of it where it's hard to have affordable housing, even for small scale developers and even large scale that, when you've got such a huge portion of the cost is built up in these development fees, if you want more housing starts, if you want, cheaper housing and rentals, those development fees need to be cut back significantly. And there are townships within Canada, especially out east, that don't have any development fees because they want builders and individuals to build more units, and they've cut that out completely. And it's kind of that direction that, some of these larger cities need to go in order to bring that cost down and effectively bring down that cost of rents.
And what's the justification for those costs? Is it just the cost of the people that are reviewing the permits and so on? Like what?
No, I mean, that's just what the municipality charges for development fees. And in Ottawa, for for development fees on a 1-bedroom apartment is $14,500. They raised it in June. For a 2-bedroom unit, it's $20,000. That's just development fees. So somebody's wants to build a 24-unit building on, that 50 by 100 lot. If it was zoned R4, you're getting building on it. It's $500,000 before you've broken ground, before you've bought any materials, paid any architects, paid any
I can't imagine why there'd be a supply issue.
It's crazy. So yeah, exactly. So when you're talking about supply issues, when you're talking about affordable housing, that's the biggest thing, that not only the red tape, you've got to hold on to it takes typically 2 years plus to even get to shovels in ground. And so you've got the acquisition cost of that land, the holding cost of that land before you've gone in, and all the other soft costs. So people wonder why the costs are so high on these, for rents or for resale or anything like that. Direct that frustration at the municipality and the province and federal for all the extra red tape and all these added costs, which are pretty astronomical when you look at it. But anyways, that's my
that's crazy. And I mean, and just talking about supply again, I do feel that we will have a lack of supply this fall.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Yeah. Yeah. We're seeing,
I think everybody that just pushed through the last year and a half are kind of, chilling.
Yeah.
Like they're going to keep coming out, but it's not going to be anything like we saw at the end of spring into the summer where there was just listings coming out constantly.
No, I mean, those buyers didn't leave the city, from January. They just got annoyed with the market, annoyed with multiple offers. And those of you that might be first time home buyers or buyers in general that maybe were frustrated from earlier in the year and I've been sitting on the sidelines. Certainly right now, we've said it for the last month, now is a good time to look before those people that were sitting on the sidelines come back again into the market, because those same people, all they've done is just continue to save their down payment. They're still looking or waiting on the wings. They still want to buy a home. Ottawa continues to grow. We have an influx of migration to Ottawa. So sitting and waiting for prices to continue to go down or the market to cool, it's, this is about as cool as it's going to get.
The one thing that's not going to slow is buyers.
Absolutely.
Like buyers are going to keep on coming. We were, Dave and I actually did a webinar last night, first time home buyers, 70 people on, like, just for an evening webinar.
70 people.
Yeah. It's just like,
70.
and that's just Ottawa.
Yeah.
And that's one webinar. So, I mean, there's a lot of people that are looking to get into the market, even with where things are. So, like I said, one thing that's not going to slow is buyers. The one thing that is currently slowed is the supply. So that's still going to be a big issue. And obviously, as we said, when this comes out, the election will have been completed. And, hopefully we can get some of the stuff that we talked about a couple weeks ago on the show. Anyone who was listening to that episode about the different platforms, hopefully we can get some of that stuff implemented to bump up the supply. That's clearly where the hole is.
And then they'll have it ready to go. They'll have all the permits done, and then there'll be someone new coming into power, and then that whole plan will get scrapped.
So cynical,
Canada.
So cynical. Who brought this guy on? Who brought this guy on?
I hope it works. I hope it all happens. We'll see. We'll see next week what goes down.
Which is a reminder for anyone listening live. Don't forget to vote. Those of you that are listening on Tuesday, thank you for hopefully voting, doing your civic duty. But
I think they said, speaking of votes, I think I read yesterday, there was a record number of the early polls. They were able to, early votes. I can't remember. I don't know. I'm not able to come up with the term right now. Pre-voting, whatever it's called.
Early voting.
A record number. I think there was something like 2+ million people that already voted, something like that. It was a high number compared to
that's good
the voters that we usually get in Canada. So, I mean, we said this a while ago, but this will definitely be the highest, I would say, the highest voting election ever in Canada. I know we saw that in the States a couple years ago, but just with how politicized everything has been over the last couple of years, I think people are very invested now in, who's in power and which team they're on, So we're going to start seeing liberal and conservative team jerseys. People walk down the street.
A word to the wise as well.
Hopefully
if you do go to vote on,
people are angry.
If you do go to vote on,
I think people are, I think, beyond frustrated with just overall, and it's not, and I don't know that it's directed at one individual party, but just frustrated overall with and tired of the pandemic and tired of, everything going on. It's just kind of hit that precipice.
The lack of logic.
Anyways. Yeah.
Anyways, Stephen,
we saw you pop in. What's going on?
You're popping in. You're muted. You're just muted.
I'm just mumbling. Yeah, sorry.
Nobody.
I got so many things
Still
going
muted.
on.
Sorry, bud. All right.
Can't hear you, Stephen.
Mike's done.
He said it.
Forget it.
That was awesome.
Oh, so we slide into the mood boost, gentlemen.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let me see if I
I
can.
feel like I had something else I wanted to say. Oh yeah. So
Go.
Sorry. Before the move boost, I'm not in office because I'm getting a little studio setup done there.
Fancy.
Tell us more.
Fancy you.
So I'll make sure when it's done next week, maybe I'll be able to show everybody.
Do a little tour. Little tour.
Yeah.
Mood boosts. Mood boosts. Okay. Mood boosts. 3 today. We got 3. I like 2 of them. Number 1. What did the skunk say when the wind changed? It's all coming back to me now.
Oh, yes.
There we go. Number two. What do you get when you cross a pig with a Christmas tree? A porcupine.
Yes.
Porcupine. My personal favorite, number 3. Why didn't the lifeguard save the hippie? Because he was far out, man.
Wow. Those were actually pretty good.
Yeah. Number 1 was my favorite. Number 1 was my favorite.
Oh, so Monday's a big day, guys. Monday's a big day. Everyone get some sleep this weekend and rest up.
I fixed it.
I was watching this on Tuesday.
Yes.
Oh,
Hey,
Steven, you're back. Yay.
No, I just a prescient point. Word to the wise: if you haven't voted yet, prepare for long ass lines because there are way fewer polling stations this year. That's one of the reasons why advanced voting was so big, was because there's going to be long lines on voting day.
Get out there early. What time do the polls open? 8?
Who knows?
Great.
Probably.
Get out there and vote.
Whatever. When this is live, it's already done.
Sure.
So if you're still looking for a poll on Tuesday, you missed the
You're
vote.
too late.
Yeah, and by the way, if you're an agent, if you're a realtor in Ottawa and you have listings that you'd like to promote on the show, get in touch. We can help you with that. We're gonna be doing that, and we might even let you come on and talk about it. We'll see.
That'd be great.
We'll see if you make the cut.
That's right. That's right.
Speaking I think we should have Irina back on again at some point as well, because she was on probably a couple months ago. Either her or Kevin Morris. We need either a stat update or a market update from Irina with the with that condo market. She was crushing.
Yeah, she's good. She's kicking ass all the time.
Awesome. Well, gentlemen, let's all have a great weekend.
Let's.
Thanks to our listeners. This is our 1-year anniversary, 52nd episode.
Aww.
That's
52
crazy.
more.
That is crazy.
Yeah. Thank you to everyone. We, we've seen obviously a lot of listeners have been throwing out comments. We've seen a lot of interaction lately, which is also obviously great. It's nice to see people seeing value in what we're ranting about. But if you do have any topics you want us to discuss or anything you're seeing in the market, either as an agent or a realtor or even just a listener, definitely throw it in the comments or send us a DM and we'll be sure to touch on it. And as always, we just want to say thank you to North Brew as our sponsor, northbrew.ca. If you go to North Brew and put in the promo code podcast, they'll give you 20% off all of your coffee orders. Shout out to Steve Hopkins, who is our expert producer. And shout out to you, gentlemen, for showing up every week, telling the people what they need, giving them what they need, what they want.
I have one more plug of one more thing. Next Saturday, it's the 24th, 25th, 26th of September. There's a music festival at the campground called Ange Gardien in Ange Gardien, just north of Masson in Quebec. So probably about 25 minutes from downtown Ottawa. And it's a 3-day music festival. My wife, along with Irina, who sings in the Hornets, they're playing on Saturday night at 8 p.m. There's music all day. There's music Friday starting, I think, at 5, and then Saturday all day into the night. And then there's another act on Sunday afternoon. If you're looking for something to do,
all day,
little last weekend getaway before it gets too cold to do things outside, guys. Just get your trailer, get your camping gear, get outside, bring the kids.
Grab your trailer,
dance, sing. We got a trailer.
Come around the fire.
We got a trailer dropped off for us. It's going to be there waiting. Can't wait.
That's great.
Can't wait. Yeah. We'll see you there, guys.
Gentlemen. Well,
great.
Have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy the beautiful weather.
You too.
Enjoy
Great.
the town.
Good chat
Great
as
show,
always.
guys.
Thanks, listeners. See you next week.
The Ottawa Real Estate Podcast is brought to you by Referral Mortgages, Blue Panda Realty, and Stephen Hopkins Video. Thanks for tuning in, and please remember to like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe. We'd love to hear from you.